Hello, and welcome to OnStage at the BACP. As always, thank you so much for choosing to invite us into your home, office, or wherever you are. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to move away from our interview format, and we're not going on another field trip. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the pandemic has taught us, the collective us, not just us here at the Playhouse. I read an article not too long ago that was published by the AARP. Oh, I know, I'm way too young for that, but I was able to read the article anyway. It was published in the March 14th edition of the AARP Bulletin. The article was entitled 15 Lessons the Coronavirus Pandemic Has Taught Us. And it was published after talking to dozens of experts that they went to ask them to go beyond the headlines and to share the deeper lessons of the pandemic that have had particular impact on older Americans, but I think they've affected all of us. More importantly, they asked the experts to share how we can use these lessons to make life better for ourselves as we recover and move forward. I'm going to share just 3 of the lessons with you, so you don't have to worry about them being the whole 15. Lesson number 1, family matters more than we realized. I can certainly identify with that lesson. The article quotes a Mark Friedman, who is CEO and president of Encore.org. Anyway, he says that beneath the warts and complexities of all that went wrong, we have just rediscovered the interdependence of generations and how much we need each other. I know that I know of people who have families have moved together and have had to share a lot of the responsibilities of things that were going on. Let me get back to the article. I didn't write the article. I'm going to share it with you. So according to the article, some of the lessons that were learned about how much family is important is that adult kids are okay. Another one, spouses and partners are critical to our well-being, if we have them. And difficult caregiving can actually morph into good for all home sharing. The article states that in a Pew Research Center survey last summer, they found that 50% of the American population between the ages of 18 and 29 were living with their parents, a figure that's been unmatched since the Great Depression. From February to July of last year, 2.6 million young adults moved back with one or both of their parents. That's a lot of shared Netflix time. Anyway, according to one of the experts quoted in the article, after the family dinners together, grandparents filling the role for childcare, the wise economic sense that it makes, it's going to be acceptable for adult family members to co-reside, at least for a while. Family may be the best medicine of all. Jenna Isay, the author of several books about family relationships, is quoted in the article as saying, "Now we know if you can't hug your 18-month-old granddaughter in person, you can read to her on FaceTime. You can send your adult kids snail mail. You can share your life's wisdom even from a distance. These coping skills may be the greatest gifts of COVID." Lesson number 6 in the article is, we befriended technology, and there's no going back. Of course, the world's been going digital for a long time, but before the pandemic, the article says that the standard procedure for most older adults was buy the apples at the grocery store, try on the shoes before you buy them, have your doctor measure your blood pressure, and see that hot new movie in the theater. Well, the AARP article indicates that the biggest long-term societal effect of the pandemic will be a grand flipping of the switch that makes the digital solution the first choice for many Americans, even senior citizens, for handling life's tasks. We may still cling to a few in real-time experiences, but the article indicates that these easy-to-use modern virtual tools will become the new default. And the article says the tech boom wasn't just video calls and streaming television. Popular food delivery apps more than doubled their earnings in the last year. Weddings and memorial services were held over Zoom conferences, and yes, It says we will probably go back to in-person ones, but we'll probably use cameras and live feeds to include remote family participants. In the financial sector, PayPal reported that had its fastest growing user group was in the people over 50. And Chase said about half of its new online users were also 50 plus. In telehealth, doctors, more of them connected for routine exams via webcam than ever before. And in response, insurance coverage even will now cover these type of appointments. The article states that telemedicine will turn out to be a better and more effective experience in most cases, even after the COVID ends. Lesson 9 in the article predicts that crowds will return, but will gather carefully. Christopher McKnight Nichols, who's an associate professor of history at Oregon State University, says masks and sanitizers will be part of the norm for years, the way airport and transportation security measures are still in place after 9/11. The AARP article states that the pandemic won't end with bells tolling and ticker tape parades. Instead, we'll slowly and cautiously ease back to familiar activities. When 1,000 people aged 65 and older were asked which pursuits they were most eager to return to post-pandemic, 78% said going out to dinner. 76% picked getting together with family and friends. 71% chose travel, and 30% cited going to the movies. We hope that will include theater as well. We'll do these things, but how do we return to feeling comfortable in groups of 10, 100, thousands? Well, will the gatherings be different? And the answer is yes. According to the article, psychologists say people at any age need to regain certainty and confidence to venture out into public places post-pandemic. Gabrielle Ettingen, I believe is how you pronounce it, a professor of psychology in New York University, says that visualizing good outcomes and repeating a stated goal can help. She suggests making an if-then plan to accommodate public life. Say that you're wanting to eat indoors at a restaurant, but just not quite sure you can handle that, even if you're vaccinated. Well, try eating outside first. If a bucket list family vacation to Italy is something that you're like, oh, I just don't think we can do that yet, then book a stateside trip together first, something small, if then. She said there's always an alternative if something stands in the way of you fulfilling your wish. Eventually, you'll get there. And eventually we'll get there too. We're already planning to do some sort of an outdoor show in the month of June, and we hope to be back indoors for shows in October. Keep your eyes here on the Facebook page. Go to our website to check out the details of the where, the when, also how you can get involved. Thanks again for inviting us in today, and we hope that you'll come back next week for more On Stage at the BACP.